All right.
So excited.
Well, thank you everybody for coming. So those of you that have your laptops up, put them out, close them, put them away. And same with iPhones, any kind of phones, Android, put them away, put them in your backpacks, not your pockets, backpack, put them away. Put them away. I will see it. I just went through a workshop last week where they made us do this every day, whole day. We did not have internet access in our room for 8 hours. What do you guys think about that? Steph?
Wow.
Terrifying?
Good time to
It was
sleep.
really, like the first couple of days, well, first day and a half, it was really painful. I was like, oh my God. I have a kiddo, I didn't know what was going on, I was terrified. Like, what if I got a ticket? My car was down there, parked at a meter. And then by about day 4 or 5, I was like, oh, I don't even, I'm just here focusing. It was really nice. So I've decided that this is what I'm going to do from now on every time I'm in a meeting. So now our students get ready. We're going wireless. Okay, so everybody has a pen and you have the worksheet in front of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Oh, you need a worksheet?
Yeah.
You don't have to carry around extra pens, do you?
Really want to
Okay,
A pencil
I'm gonna
works
need a second to finish up eating, and I'll do
Gotta highlight
as
it.
I asked.
and a pen. No promises it works.
But I like dry erase markers.
I'm so sorry.
That was very sympathetic to your.
Is that in case they allow you to bring water bottles into the test?
Okay.
You know, I had neuroanatomy class last year, and we can
So
learn about
starting
things.
That's very
back
disappointing.
there, with the gentleman in navy sweatshirt. Can you introduce yourself? And I want 2 things: who are you working for, or name of your project, where it is, and what's the one thing you're enjoying about the summer in Pullman?
Okay, my name is Michael Martin. I'm in the Smart Environments REU working with Dr. Larry Holder. My project is the digital memory notebook. And one thing that I like about Pullman is the area. It's a very beautiful area around here. So.
Cool. All right, we'll go this way.
My name is Steven. I'm in the Smart Environments program under Dr. Holder. My project is deep learning methods applied to epigenetics. And I like the people here.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Glenn. I'm working under the GSER program. My specific work is with speech recognition within the environment. And I don't know, I like Pullman. I've been here for like 4 years. I go here, so.
Very cool.
I'm Jason. I'm a lab manager under Dr. Diane Cook. I'm helping out with the GSER program and a little bit with Smart Environments. And really liking the weather this time of year.
No, today's great. I'll tell you about myself later.
I'm Lauren. I'm in the Smart Environments program with Dr. Holder, and I'm working with graph theory, and I also like the weather here.
Okay.
My name's Colin. I'm part of the GSER program. These 2 characters over here. And I guess the thing I like most about Pullman is it was voted the best place to live in Washington State. Yeah.
Yay.
That's it though.
My name is Sarah. I'm working the GSER program, and I'm working on creating a measure for functional zones on medication. And I really like how green Pullman is in the summer. I live here, but never been here. So like during summer, So it's really nice to see it actually
Be green.
be green and animals moving around. I'm like, oh, it's like half of a fairy tale.
It kind of is.
little
It's
bit.
very, like, especially if if you're woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning with birds.
Yeah, that part's great.
Just take a
Hi, I'm working for Dr. Cornelius Ivory in the disease diagnostics group. Project is a diagnostic microchip, and in Pullman I've been enjoying these sunsets.
My name is Parv. I'm part of the GSER program under Dr. Edgecombe. I'm also working on the digital memory notebook, and I really like the breeze. I like these hot summer days in Portland.
I'm Rhea. I'm working with Dr. Dong in the Disease Diagnostics RU, and working on a project that involves microfluidics. And I've been really liking getting to know people now.
All right.
I'm Zach. I'm working with Eva in the NARA program, doing wastewater treatment of organics through wet oxidation. And the thing I like most about Pullman is definitely the sunshine.
We do have some hot sunshine.
Go ahead.
I'm Michelle. I'm working with Dr. Ari Rosen on 3D printing cartilage as part of the disease diagnostics program. And I really like how safe it is in Pullman that I can walk around at nighttime.
My name's Caleb. I'm in the NARA program. My project is finding ways to reuse and reinforce cotton, and I like the weather.
And you like what?
The weather.
The weather. Okay.
I'm with Nara Shur. We're working on extracting cellulose from t-shirts, and I really like being able to see the stars.
That's pretty cool. And did you guys know there's an observatory here on campus? Cool.
I'm with the NARA program working under Dr. Michael Wilcott with Dr. Tuazong on improving the process of turning biomass to biofuels.
By the way, that's Dana and that's Rachel.
Yes.
I'm Nikki. I'm working with Dr. Vasavada in the disease diagnostics program on modeling cervical loads in the neck. And I like Pullman because my friends are really good at baking.
Nice. Can we have a bake-off?
We already do.
We have it like every night.
So you're welcome to come over.
Dude!
What? We made bread pudding and pies last night.
You were really good. There's actually nothing here.
That's the fact that it makes it. He showed up right when it's time.
My girlfriend.
Oh, wow. Me too. Girlfriend called. Go ahead.
I'm Samantha. I'm working with Dr. John Diagnostics, working on heart muscle calcium sensitivity. And my favorite thing about Pullman is just the ability to do spontaneous things like go bike riding or go to the farmer's market, and those aren't really opportunities in big cities.
It's a little harder to get there.
Yeah.
I'm Elisa. I'm working with Dr. Bernard Van Lee in the disease diagnostics program. I'm actually working on detecting an herbicide that's really commonly found in our food. And my favorite thing about Pullman is the sunset.
Cool.
I'm Carla. I'm working with Dr. Kostyukova in the disease and diagnostics program, and I like the bears.
You like the bears?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were so cute when they were cubs. They were like this big. Do you remember when they were cubs? Oh my god. And I used to go there and watch them, and they'd just tumble over each other. It was adorable. All of you?
Do we skip? Or
Oh no, they already introduced themselves.
Gotcha.
I was being nice.
Oh, thank you. My name is Amanda. I'm with the NARA program, and I'm working under Dr. Jang on a biocompatible hydrogel.
Yeah. Oh, what do you like about Pullman?
I like the people, especially during the summer. Super chill.
Okay, so those of us that live here year-round, we get a little stressed out by having like an added 20,000 students in the tiny town that we live in. It feels really kind of crazy. And those that live here are like shaking their heads, especially once it starts snowing. Oh, if people don't know how to drive in the snow, even worse. Okay, my name is Iva Tews. I am somewhat responsible for these NARA students, so they've seen me twice, since I've on a little bit. I am a 5th-year PhD candidate in the Biosystems Engineering department, and my research is focused on using novel reactors specifically for treatment of contaminated aqueous waste. So what Zach is working on is removal of phenol, and we have a little microreactor that helps us do that much better than large-scale reactors that are hampered by diffusion limitations. So if anybody's interested, ask Zach. We're more than welcome to come and show you our reactors. You just can't touch it. But I was asked to do this workshop. I did it last year, and everybody enjoyed it because I think there's no presentation. Thank you. Here, you want one? Sure. Need an extra. This is for you. I was asked to do this because we don't really talk too much about goal settings in science and engineering. And we have different desires that we need to meet, or if it's a grant, we usually propose a certain a certain topic, and we say, okay, this is what we hypothesize that we can do. So we try to meet those points, and we write up our results, or we put them into papers. But this exercise is a little bit different. This is not just your technical goals or what you want to achieve, during the summer, or what you'd like to achieve in general in your academics. This is more also thinking about yourself and what you like to do. So we already found out. What's your name, Zach? Which one? What was it? Samantha. I was gonna say Amanda. I'm like, no, I know better. Samantha says she likes to cook. Does that pertain only to the summer? Or do you have ideas that, in the future you want to use in your biomedical engineering or
Chemical.
Your what?
Chemical engineering.
Chemical engineering. So, does she want to go work for industry but also have a little side hustle as a bakery chef, cupcake person? I mean, why not? So that's kind of what we're going to play around with here. Now, I want to get an idea of what you guys want to do today. So you're going to have 2 options as we go through this worksheet. Option number 1, I want you to follow the worksheet because this is a 10-year jump. So it's going to ask you to set a goal for what you want to be or where you want to be 10 years from now, which can kind of seem like, oh my God, are you kidding me, 10 years from now? That seems like a lot of time. But it's not a bad thing to think about. The first time I did this worksheet was about 5 years ago, and I've saved it and I have it at home, and I look at my goals, and some of them I've kind of met, other ones I'm very far away from. So 10 years is a long haul, but at the same time, as you're thinking about graduate school or you're thinking about industry jobs, it's not a bad thing to just put yourself, 10 years into the future and figure out, well, what is it, that thing that gets me so excited that that is still something I want to be doing in 10 years. So you can do that. Or because most of your programs are 10 weeks long, you can also do like week by week goal setting. So what do you want to get out of your program? So I know this is a quick decision, but I want to see a raise of hands. Who wants to do 10 years? Okay, maybe. Kind of peer pressure here?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Who wants to do 10 weeks? Dana? Okay, all right, the 3 of you. Okay, well, let's go. So the first thing that we're going to do is start with the mind map. So flip that first page over. And let's, so this is where I was saying, this is more thinking about things that maybe we don't. Do you need pens?
I have 5.
Okay.
Like one.
Samantha has 5. I
Which
can
one's in
also,
the back of my-
sorry, can you see if the office has some? Thank you. So, you can,
Maybe there's 6 in there.
you can start with your career, and career in this case means your project, for those of you that chose to do it, right now, or for these 10 weeks, or if we're talking about, in your vision, where do you want your career to be? So, all right, you guys have 3 minutes, 1 per circle. So what do these things mean to you? What does it mean to be healthy? Sarah scored. You guys are getting undergrad swag. We're all set.
They're mine now.
Okay, so you guys, if we didn't get to all of them, that's okay. You'll get to take this home. Choose the one that you've. Thank you. That you, I guess, feel the most comfortable with. So, are we ready to move on? More or less. Okay, flip the next page. Okay, so I think we've all heard, that laws of attraction tend to attract opposites, or opposites tend to work really well together, right? So this next exercise is really meant for you to think, what do you really, thinking about your career, health, family, contributions you want to make, papers you want to write, graduating, all of this stuff. What do you want? What do you really want to accomplish? And choose one. So for the sake of this exercise, because we always run out of time, just choose one of them. Doesn't have to be career. It could be health, totally. One of mine right now that I did I think I did this with my group, my research group, like in November. So one of mine is to run a marathon by the time I'm 40. I'm 4 years away. I'm in trouble. I'm not a runner, guys. I have asthma. This is not something that's gonna happen like, oh, I could just do this. No. But there are some really good reasons why I want to try this. So choose one, and I want you to share with me, based on what you chose, why do you want it? Like, what is it that drives you so much that you want to do it today, you want to do it in 5 months, you want to do it in 5 years? What is it that excites you about it? And why do you not want something else? What makes you cry? So, 2 seconds, and then we're going to share. 1,000. 1,000. fun than we are.
I haven't broken my college yet.
Huh?
True.
What did you say?
They haven't been broken by college yet. They still think it's gonna be great.
Oh, gosh.
Those do Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do.
They're alive. They're
still alive.
We're dead. These are so cute.
Yeah,
They're like
that's the when you-
straight out of
that's when you
high
get broken
school.
down. Okay.
And they're just, this is the tours that they did. They're like, oh, we're on campus. They're having so much fun. Okay.
I'm sure they're all like snapshotting pictures of their student IDs and like getting treasure for classes. I remember those days.
What did you choose to focus on?
I guess like my relationships with people as it pertains to all of them.
Okay. And what do you want?
I really want to do international research and relief work. So like I want to work with infectious disease, but not just in a laboratory and test tubes, but actually with the people and trying.
So you're talking about, actually collaborating and connecting to people.
Like that Ebola crisis that we have right now, like those people in hazmat suits.
You want to work with them. Okay. And what do you not want? Like what is gonna hold you away from that goal?
Not getting my mental health under control.
Okay, that's really important. For the sake of, being totally honest, and graduate school is hard. Okay, it's really hard. And on top of that, I have a kiddo. So I complicated my life on purpose. She was not a whoopsie daisy. But mental health probably put me behind in graduation by about 6 months. It wasn't her, it wasn't my advisor, it was purely from the fact that life happens and you get overwhelmed. And so being able to use the right resources, have people who support you, and in my case, also working with my medical advisors and professionals has really helped me get to this point where not only do I want to graduate, but I really am excited to do it because I can then take these next steps of either going into academia and teaching, or, as you said, working with people internationally and really seeing how the work that Zach and I are doing can affect many different industries, not just wastewater treatment, but also disease research. We can do a lot of different applications with this work. So, okay, Dana.
Okay, so I chose to make a goal to be able to run for 30 minutes straight without stopping.
Okay.
Yeah. By the end of this program.
Okay.
Because I am very out of shape and I really like hiking, so I'd like to not be struggling all the time.
Have you talked to Zach?
Oh yes, I go.
He runs with us.
Oh, you run with him?
Zach's
Awesome.
trying to get the whole house to run.
He got 7 one time. He was so proud.
Not kidding me.
Okay, so why is that goal so important to you?
Oh, just because being out of shape is not fun.
Okay. Being out. Oops, I can't spell out of shape. There's our out of shape person. It's that. And what do you really want to stay away from? What is the one thing that will hold you back from that goal?
Being lazy.
Lazy. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Right here, so
You want me to go? Obtain my PhD, so I focus on career.
Okay.
And eventually teach.
Okay.
So.
So why do you want to do that? What is the one thing that's like really driving you towards that?
I don't know. It's just kind of always what I wanted to do. It's just I've always just kind of saw that in a good light, and always just really wanted to do that ever since I was young. So.
Okay. So you could say a lifelong passion.
Yep.
And is something about the teaching or the idea of having a PhD, having that responsibility within our society that really kind of gets you excited, gets you up in the morning?
Yeah, a little bit. I guess that's a part of it, yep.
Okay,
So.
because you're gonna need that when you enter the Black Forest
Oh.
or the Valley of Death.
Awesome.
Okay, I didn't believe people. My father is a professor, guys. I've been around students my whole life. I've seen my own advisor live in his office. Like, he's there at 9 p.m. and he's there at 6 a.m. And I'm just like, dude, when do you sleep? So, and I didn't believe people when they told me there will be either a Black Forest that you enter somewhere around your second or third year and you're all alone and you have to figure out how to get out of there by yourself. Or the Valley of Death, which I haven't had personal experience with, so we're not gonna talk about it. I'm still here. So what's the one thing that's gonna hold you back from your PhD or from this goal?
Lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence. That's huge. I deal with that all the time. Okay, one more. You met him. No?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I chose to focus on the personal aspect, so maintaining strong relationships with
Okay.
friends is what I want.
So strong relationships. And why is that so important to you?
I think it's important to be there for other people and then in return have people there for you.
For you, yeah. I completely agree. In our neighborhood, we very sadly lost a neighbor's son last Monday. And the way all of our neighbors got together and we all supported each other because it was a huge impact to all of us has been really, really good. So, what is the one thing that you feel that will hold you back from that?
Being selfish.
I do that too. And why do you feel like you'll be selfish? Because you need time to yourself? Yeah. You need to conserve your energy? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna move on here, but I wanna show you something. These are all really good wants. There's nothing that's not attainable here, or that's really outside of the scope of desire. This is very healthy. This is all very human. Being selfish, wanting to preserve your energy, totally normal. Lack of confidence, who's dealt with lack of confidence? Okay, everybody. So the point is that when being lazy, I mean, come on. I almost didn't take my garbage out this morning. Mental health. At least we're talking about it. And I think that's so important. The point is that because all of these things are really, really normal, that means that we can all help each other with them, and also that we need to reach out to other resources, other people, our family, if we feel like that's a good support network to be able to reach these goals. Okay? All right. Let's move on. So, this is a fun one. This is where you guys gotta dream a little bit. Who am I? Do you guys remember when you were kids, you like really wanted to be a teenager? Or you really, really wanted to be 18 or something like that. And you totally knew who you wanted to, like, I'm gonna have a car, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna do this. And we stopped doing this. We stopped dreaming of who we're going to be and where we're going because we get so overwhelmed with everyday life. So I want you to take a moment and fill this out, 10 years or 10 weeks. And then a couple of you will share. you finished? No? Give other people a little bit of time. It looks like you're done. Are you?
I am.
Okay, why don't you share first?
Well, I will be 30 in 10 years.
Okay.
Think about that math. My main goal is to foster and adopt, so a lot of these have to do with like just bringing kids into my home.
Okay.
And I also want to, do some research into infectious disease, so there'll probably be some kind of intersection of that at some point.
So, what have you experienced in the next 10 years?
Probably just a lot of struggling to support the different people that come in and get through my PhD, and all the little things that keep kind of nagging at you.
Anything fun?
Oh, I mean, yeah. Probably.
Like, how about going to an international conference on infectious disease and
that would be super cool.
Presenting your work?
Okay, I like it.
You like that?
You dream for me.
Gladly. What do you love?
Well, I mean, I would assume my children, but I also really love knitting, as we can tell, and llamas.
And llamas?
Very passionate about llamas.
Llama, red pajama. Never listens to his mama. Okay, did you say you wanted to do you said you wanted to do the 10-week program. Like, do this for the next 10 weeks, right?
I think so. I actually wasn't paying too much attention to that. So.
No. And you So I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
All right. So, in the next 10 weeks, you're still how old?
22.
Okay. And you feel what in the next 10 weeks?
Probably the same, maybe a little bit more flexible, and tearing my MCL less.
MCLS?
Tearing my MCL less.
Oh, tearing it less. Okay.
Yes.
Please do. I have horrible meniscal damage. Okay, what do you feel like your contribution is for these next 10 weeks? What are you going to
Just continue getting a skill set and getting better at it. And then once I have that skill set and come to school or whatever interesting aspirations I have, I can apply that skill set to other interesting areas.
Okay, what is that skill set in particular?
I mean, machine learning just at the moment currently.
Okay, so you want to apply it to something specific or just broadly to a lot of different types of areas?
Be mostly to personal projects right now. I don't really have anything in mind. Yeah, I don't know. If I see an interesting problem in the next few years that I want to use it for, apply there. But yeah, not immediately.
And who are you surrounded by in the next 10 weeks?
Hopefully friends.
Hopefully friends. How about your advisor? Potential new advisors so that you can start collaborating and thinking about other projects?
Yes, if I kind of already have that though, so I guess just kind of keep what I have now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to bring in anybody new. The idea is to think who is already there that could support this goal.
Okay.
Okay? All right, right.
Was that me?
Yeah.
I also did the 10 weeks, so I'll still be 20. Hopefully I'll feel a little bit more fulfilled, be grateful for this research experience. Yeah, achievements include completing this program as well as reading more. That's one of my goals, is to read a lot more this summer, since I don't really get to do that during the school year. I hopefully will still be surrounded by sunshine. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds pretty good. So this is what I have. I'll be 46. Damn, that's old. Sorry, shouldn't swear. I will feel strong, both physically and mentally. This is huge for me, because if I feel strong, I'm capable of doing everything else I set out. I'm capable of keeping up with my children, if we have any more. I'm capable of reaching my career aspirations, I am capable of working in the lab for 10 hours and going in on the weekends when I'd rather be having fun with her in the backyard. That is very, very important for me because in my 36 years, I haven't really had that. This is relatively new. And I am so grateful for my PhD because it's actually given me an opportunity to find this in myself. This wouldn't have happened without my advisor, by the way, and support of other deans and people who had the best interest, my best interest in mind. So as those of you that think about going to graduate school, pursue that, start applying, I urge you to not just look at the school that you think has the best name or the best program, look at the people, research the people. It took me 10 years to find my advisor, and I will forever be thankful that I did because he's allowed me to really grow in so many different ways. Okay, I want to have a manufacturing company that produces these microreactors, and I want to be the CEO. I really want to be a technical CEO, not a CTO, but somebody who's in charge of both the technical and the...
Hi, I have to run a reaction, sorry.
No worries. Somebody who's in charge of both the technical development and our development of the company. But there's a second part of this, and that's that I want to teach entrepreneurship to both science and engineering students because I think there is a lack of information between the two. So this is kind of a big goal for me. I know that I have contributed already a useful PhD to society. I know that this is a need, but it's taken me a long time to be able to own that. And I still sometimes have a little bit of an imposter syndrome. So that's a little bit of fear right there. But I feel like that's kind of low-hanging fruit. Like, I'm almost done. I defend in December. One way or another, this better be done and be useful. I do want to be living in another country. I was actually born in Europe, and I lived in Europe until I was 10 years old. And I want to experience that again, and I want to have my kiddos experience that as well. And I love my family. Again, low-hanging fruit. Sometimes you go for the low-hanging fruit. Okay, so 10-week or 10-year, I want you to just write about 5 or 6 sentences of what your vision looks like. And basically, it's this kind of little Mad Lib thing we just did, but in a paragraph. All right. Yay! You guys wrote your goal. Mentally, emotionally, somewhere in your head. This is probably the most important part of the worksheet. So I'm going to give you about, well, I'm going to give you a solid 5 minutes and I won't interrupt you. But you need to break down this goal that you have. So how are you going to achieve running solidly for 30 minutes by the end of this program? Like, what will you do every day? Will you focus? And you have 10, 5, and 1. So 10 years, that's your goal. We already know what that is. How will you get there in 5 years? Or what will you do to get there in 5 years? And what will you do to get there in the next year? So will you eat well? Will you drink more water? So think not just about the physical running, but the other things that encompass what it takes to support yourself. Same thing with the rest of you guys. What does it mean? What do you have to do in order to get there to that goal in 10 years? One more minute. That's okay. You can totally be crazy. So what is the one thing you will do in the next year to get to your goal?
Get into industry.
Get a what?
Get into industry.
Get into industry.
Graduate individual.
Okay. And what was your goal?
Get my doctorate.
Okay. So how do you feel getting into industry will help you get your doctorate?
I want to spend several years in the industry, getting experience and kind of clarifying what I want to do with the doctorate.
Okay.
In order to be able to focus it and have plenty of time to really understand what I want from it.
Okay. Because that's exactly where I was about 12 years ago. And it helped. Being in industry was the best choice that I made. But there were some surprises on the back end when I got back into my PhD, or when I started graduate school. What about you? Can you share your 5-year goal?
Yeah, so mine was to be working hard on my thesis/dissertation, putting
Okay.
a little bit on where we are, and just trying to collaborate with others and present at conferences.
Very cool. So
Got that.
also, PhD.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's cool.
How about you? What are you doing in the next year to achieve your goal?
Working on personal insecurities as well as earning a strong GPA to get into my dream med school.
Your dream
Med school.
med school? What's your dream med school?
That's a good question. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay. And I think you should think about what makes up your dream medical school. Like, is it a support system? Is it good, good support of the students? Is it a diverse faculty? Is it plentiful opportunities to go and do both research and,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing you want to do MD, PhD?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm back and forth.
It's awesome if you can do it. I have 2 friends that just finished, they both finished their PhDs already. They're just finishing their, she finished her MD as well, but she's finishing. It's really awesome. So, so you guys see how like putting these smaller goals actually helps you think, what is it that 10-year goal or 10-week goal really will look like? And also it shows you that there are a lot of opportunities to maybe go left, go right. Usually I get those backwards. The point is that you need to be open. Things will change. The universe or whatever form of imaginary being you believe in will force you one way or another. It really, sometimes you feel like you're on a very straight and narrow path and something will really jog you left or right, and you have to, in that moment, pay attention. Do you really want to focus on what's distracting you, like students walking by? Or do you want to take that as an opportunity, that maybe that will actually lead you truly to the goal that you want? Because taking a side road is never a bad idea. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys, if you choose to, finish this on your own. You can go through these rewrites, and what that'll help you is really solidify this goal that you have. And then I would highly encourage you to Google this worksheet. It's the first PDF that comes up. I think I Googled Lululemon goal setting worksheet. Those of you that like Lululemon, something that they did well. And try and do it again in 10 weeks, in a year, and see where you're at. So, thank you for participating. You may now check your phones and see if there's anything vital that you might have missed.